Please be seated. Our service is about to begin. Sit down. Good morning.
Good morning.
Everyone here in the sanctuary and those watching virtually, welcome to the Unitarian Universalist congregation of the South Jersey Shore. We ask that you please place your phones in worship mode. Thank you for joining us. We who bring a teaching of hope, who welcome all in our doors, the joyful, the heartbroken, atheists and Christians, Muslims and Jews, straight and gay, lesbian, bisexual, queer, transgender, all who are searching, seeking, looking for more meaning, more service, more love. All of us gathered here together. I'm Pat Kennedy, and I'm your worship associate this morning. I'm a member of this congregation, and I serve it as a member of the writers group, a member of Margaret's Circle, and an occasional greeter and worship associate. Our worship service today is led by guest speaker Mark Bernstein. Mark is a former staff member of the Central East region of the UUA and currently serves as adjunct staff for the region, where he offers consultation, retreat facilitation, and sermons to area congregations. He has been a member of the UU Church of Delaware County in Media, Pennsylvania for the past 34 years and counting. Video of today's service will be available on our YouTube channel later today. To those gathered live on Facebook, we welcome your comments as well as your joys and sorrows on that platform. Please remember that this video will be on the internet, so do not share information best kept private. There are a few announcements for the week. The Building and Grounds Committee has begun an invasive plant renovation program. If you are interested in helping this effort, please reach out to Barbara Miller or Richard Schurig.
And wear gloves.
Okay, and tuck your socks into your, tuck your pants into your socks, right? And our thanks to the volunteers, including the Scouts, who came out yesterday for our kickoff event. Join Gina today after the service for a spiritually grounded vocal toning practice. 12 p.m. in the sanctuary. Join us next Sunday for Choose Your Own, Co-Creating Worship Together, an all-ages interactive service where the congregation chooses the journey. Welcome to worship.
again, come, come, whoever you are, wanderer, worshiper, lover of leaving, come, whoever you are, this isn't a caravan of despair, come, wanderer, worshiper, lover of leaving, come, whoever you are, this isn't a caravan of despair. It doesn't matter if you've broken your vows 1,000 times before, and yet again, come again, come, yet again, come, come again, come again, come again, come, yet again, come. It doesn't matter if you've broken your vows 1,000 times before, and yet again, come again, come, yet again, come.
Oh, there you are. Good morning. I am tickled pink, whatever that means, to be back with this warm and welcoming congregation. And thank you, Deb, for the invitation. The opening words are those of Tanya Marquez. It is a wonder and mystery that our paths have crossed, that in the immensity of time, in the vastness of space, we coincide here. I am in awe at the ways in which our lives intersect and intertwine, at the beauty we create when we gather. May our coming together make us more compassionate, more just, more caring, and more loving. May our hearts and minds be open to this offering. Let us worship. Let us marvel at the miracle of being here right now and the mystery that has brought us together.
Our chalice lighters today are Joel and Sunny Barson. Please join me in reading the chalice lighting words in your order of service. We light our chalice in the spirit of transformation. Nothing stays the same. Everything moving, shuffling, changing. Guide us all to a wild and holy vision of our shared humanity. Please rise now in body or spirit and sing our gathering hymn number 157, Step by Step, the longest march. The words are in your order of service.
The words are also going to be on the screen if you want to show your lovely faces to the choir and I. Yeah.
The title of the story, Time for All Ages, is The Little Lantern and the Great Storm. In a small fishing village by the sea, there lived a boy named Jonah who loved to help his father mend nets. He was small for his age, but his heart was as big as the ocean. Every evening, Jonah would light the old brass lantern that hung by their door, guiding his father home from the docks. One night, a terrible storm rolled in. The wind howled like 1,000 wolves, and the rain fell so hard it blurred the world into gray. The fisherman was still out at sea, and the villagers gathered in the chapel to pray for their safe return. Jonah clutched the brass lantern, but the wind was so fierce it nearly blew the flame out. "Stay inside, Jonah," his mother pleaded. But Jonah looked out into the darkness and thought of his father lost somewhere beyond the waves. He whispered a prayer, asking for strength, and stepped into the storm. The wind pushed against him, the rain stung his cheeks, but the lantern's light, though small, did not go out. It seemed to grow warmer, brighter, as if an unseen hand was shielding it. Jonah climbed the rocky cliff that overlooked the harbor and held the lantern high. Minutes felt like hours, and then through the sheets of rain, he saw the faint outline of boats turning toward the light. One by one, the fishermen returned, guided by the glow of Jonah's lantern. His father was the last to step onto the shore, wrapping Jonah in a soaking, grateful hug. The villagers called it a miracle that a small boy's light could pierce the fiercest storm. But Jonah knew it wasn't just the lantern. It was the courage given to him when he asked for help, and the love that made him hold the light high, no matter how dark the night. And from that day on, the old brass lantern was never just a lamp. It was a reminder that even the smallest light can lead the way home.
We now invite all the young people present or those young in heart to join us in our RE Learning Lab, where we will share stories, do some talking, make some crafts. We will meet just outside the foyer doors, but before that we will light our lantern, our children's religious education lantern. We light this lantern for our children and youth and for us, celebrating the flame of faith lighted in each of us, honoring the light each of us brings into the world, rejoicing in the community that we create together.
Go with wisdom, go with wonder, go to meet a brand new day. Learn to see the light within you as we send you on your way.
A book is provided in the foyer in which you are encouraged to write whatever joys and sorrows you have. I will now read what you have shared. But there isn't anything there. Well, I would like to wish a happy 100th birthday to Mel Brooks. Pardon me? You did. Oh, it says June 28th, and there's a blank page. All right.
Maybe they just wrote in last week's stuff.
by accident.
Okay, Kit Marlowe, no, we had that. Very excited to be traveling to Norway? No?
I think that there was like a magic pen that like it had disappearing ink.
Here's June 28th, and it's blank, I'm sorry. What a fabulous month. Thank you, Marcy.
What's that?
They were thanking Paul and Helen for last night.
Okay. Oh, there it is, but it's not on June 28th. Thanks to Paul and Helen Utz. For a wonderful family, for a delightful and tasty wine, and for pairing auction event, Paul and Karen Amaranto. Thanks, Paul and Helen, for another wonderful event. Great time with great people, Jeff and Marie. There we go.
Yay! Helen looked very sparkly this morning, I told her when she came in, and I noticed that a lot of other people look really tired. So it must have been fun. Yeah.
So now let's share a quiet time together to reflect on our week. During the musical interlude, you may come forward and place a pebble in the water to acknowledge a personal joy or sorrow. Let us be in the spirit of prayer. Blessed and holy creation, universe of wonder, mystery beyond definition, we share today our joys and sorrows, listening deeply to the things that cause us to weep or worry, and lifting our hearts as one at those things we would celebrate together. Our hearts are touched by this shared ritual, and we are connected. We pray for those who are apart from us, whether by distance, time, or conflict unresolved. We pray for those who thirst, whether for water, dignity, or justice. We pray for those who are in danger and who yearn for safety. We pray for our small, blue, fragile planet. Amen. The offering is a sacrament of the free church. It is supported by the voluntary generosity of all who join with us. More than 80% of our budget is supported by direct pledges and donations collected through our in-service offering. We hope that you will be as generous as you are able and support the ministry of this congregation. If this is your first time here, let the basket pass. Your presence is gift enough. You can also text a donation to 609-293-4495, or for those who are participating online, please visit uucsjs.org and click on the yellow donate button for ways to donate. The gifts of the congregation will be most gratefully received. The ushers will now collect the offering. Thank you.
Sing it with me. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. One more time. Thank you very much.
I'd like to begin with a reading. This is by Don Badgley. What is not a miracle? Must I look to the stars or holy books, or measure my poor understanding by the infinite unknown? Must I witness the healing of the lame or blind, or the raising of the dead? Is the air I breathe not wonder enough? And is my own clear sight an insufficient gift to perceive the falling leaf, or sunlight captured by the dew? Should I discount the scent of rain in spring, or the music of spoken love, or the fullness of the universe beneath the petal of a rose? The words of Don Badgley. I wonder how many of you remember this. Some of you, I'm sure, will. The date was February 22nd, 1980. The place was Lake Placid, New York, the site of the 13th Winter Olympic Games. Some of you are nodding already. It was the height of the Cold War, and speaking of cold, on the ice of a hockey rink, the underdog United States Olympic ice skating team, composed mainly of amateur players, faced the overwhelmingly favored team from the Soviet Union. It was David versus Goliath on skates. The 4-3 victory by the United States was celebrated as one of the greatest upsets in sports history. In the waning seconds of the game, as victory was assured, announcer Al Michaels, in a quote that still rings through the ages, asked, "Do you believe in miracles?" And then, as the buzzer sounded, ending the game, answered his own question with a resounding yes. Remember that? You, of course, don't, as you're too young. So, do you believe in miracles? Yes. Wait, don't answer so quickly. And by the way, I work alone. I pose the question to you, do you, as officially registered, card-carrying Unitarian Universalists, believe in miracles? Of course you don't. Don't ruin my message. A miracle is commonly defined as an event that is not explainable by natural or scientific laws, and therefore is considered to be the work of a divine agency. Now, some Unitarian Universalists might consider themselves theists. They like to view life through a spiritual lens and believe that some events can be attributed to a force beyond scientific understanding or the laws of nature. Those good people are open to the mystery of things that go beyond what we can see or reason. But most Unitarian Universalists, I dare say, if pressed on the matter, are rationalists. They believe in science, they believe in logic and order. Even most theists don't believe that Jesus walked on water or rose from the dead or fed thousands of people with 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish with baskets of food left over. That would be some trick. They can't even fathom the idea that Moses appeared to God in a burning bush, or that he rained down locusts, or caused frogs to enter every house in Egypt, or plunged the world into total darkness. No, one may call themselves spiritual, but for most of us, if something can be explained rationally or through natural laws, then it is by definition not miraculous. And if it is considered to be miraculous, it must be made up. Unitarian Universalists tend to pride ourselves on our allegiance to order and logic, much to our disadvantage, and I will explain that in a few moments. Throughout Unitarian Universalist history, theologians have addressed the issue of miracles and essentially poured cold water on the idea. William Henry Furness was a 19th century minister and biblical critic who at the age of 22 became the minister of the First Unitarian Church of Philadelphia. He asserted that the miracles attributed to Jesus in the Christian Bible were natural events with rational explanations. Of course, he said that. Moreover, he rejected traditional beliefs about the miraculous birth of Jesus, saying, "These stories have been pure fiction or exaggerations of certain simple and very natural incidents." Theologically speaking, one could classify William Henry Furness as a party pooper. Right? None other than Ralph Waldo Emerson wrote, and I believe somewhat cynically, "I believe in miracles because I can raise my own arm. I believe because I can remember. I believe because I can speak and be understood by you. You believe in miracles because you can raise your own arm? That's all you got, Waldo?" Theodore Parker, a contemporary of Emerson, also poo-pooed the idea of miracles as supernatural occurrences. He encouraged individuals to seek understanding and enlightenment rather than relying on miraculous interventions. He said that faith should be grounded in personal experience and ethical living, not in miraculous phenomena. And I say to that, boring. I just don't buy it. I refuse to believe that the U.S. hockey team's dramatic win over the Russians was not a miracle. Keep your natural laws and your rational explanations, your personal experience, and your ethical living. I can raise my own arm. Big whoop. Where is the wonder? Where is the awe? Where is the mystery that makes life so exciting, so unpredictable, so breathtaking? No, and obviously much like most of you, I prefer to believe in miracles. I really do. And I reject the definition of miracles as only those events that defy natural laws. So, I'll just change the definition because it's my sermon. So here it is. A miracle is an event that I cannot explain in the moment and that inspires awe and wonder and a fierce shaking of the head in apparent disbelief. And if I use the word miraculous, it's because I can't understand how it happened due to my limited knowledge, or I don't want to understand how it happened due to my need for wonder and awe. Julianne Peters, in her book, Far From Xanadu, wrote, "Miracles don't happen, you make them happen. Miracles are all around us. All we need to do is look. All we need to do is stay aware." The Reverend Kate Bastrop, in her book, Here If You Need Me, asks, what happens if we define miracles by our awareness? Might we receive more miracles than we ever would have thought possible? What happens if we put down the notion of miracles as purely supernatural, unexplainable events, and think of them instead as gifts? As gifts. And this from Reverend Janet Parsons. My friends, our lives are full of events that we will never understand. We suffer tragedy, inexplicable losses, pain and suffering, and we are also granted wonders. Help when we weren't expecting it, financial windfalls, and moments of awe-inspiring beauty. Sometimes a wonder, she continues, is as simple as the light in the sky turning lemon yellow or pink, or a full red moon arising out of the ocean. Are these miracles? Yes, she says, if we notice them, if we are able to say thank you for the gift. So, since we know each other so well, let me confess something. Due to a combination of family-related stress factors, the physical aches and pains of old age, and the political climate in which we find ourselves today, I have lately been walking through life with my head down, full of doubts and fears, and reluctant to enjoy much of anything. I have walked past miracles every day, not noticing, mostly unaware. Shiva and Shakti, the divine couple in Hinduism, are in their heavenly abode, watching over the earth. As they watch, Shakti spies a miserably poor man walking down a road. His clothes are shabby and his sandals are tied together with a rope. Her heart is filled with compassion. Touched by his struggle, Shakti turns to her divine husband and begs him to give this man some gold. Shiva looks at the man for a long moment. "My dearest wife," he says, "I cannot do that." Shakti is astounded. "Why? What do you mean, husband? You are the Lord of the universe. Why can't you do this simple thing?" "I cannot give this to him because he is not yet ready to receive it," Shiva replies. Shakti becomes angry. "Do you mean to say that you cannot drop a bag of gold in his path?" "Surely I can," Shiva replies, "but that is quite another thing." "Please, husband," pleads Shakti. And so Shiva drops a bag of gold in the man's path. The man, meanwhile, walks along thinking to himself, "I wonder if I will find dinner tonight, or shall I go hungry again?" Turning a bend in the road, he sees something on the path in his way. "Aha," he says, "look there, a large rock. How fortunate that I have seen it. I might have torn these poor sandals of mine even further." And carefully stepping over the bag of gold, he goes on his way. In order to see miracles, we have to pay attention. We have to look for the bags of gold and not step over them or fail to see them at all. When I do look up, I do see miracles everywhere. The center fielder who takes off at the crack of the bat to run to the exact spot on the field so that the ball meets his glove. The murmuration of hundreds and thousands of birds swooping across the sky in perfect formation. Those craftsmen who put ships in those tiny bottles. How do they do that? My awakening, time after time, seconds before my alarm goes off. The dog, lost miles away from her home, who finds her way back to her doorstep. My granddaughter, who knows exactly when her pop-pop needs a hug. Natural laws, rational explanations, science be damned. These are freaking miracles. Walt Whitman once suggested that every moment of light and dark is a miracle. Moments of light represent happiness, joy, and positivity. They are the moments that bring smiles to our faces, create cherished moments, fill our hearts with love. Moments of darkness symbolize the challenges, struggles, and difficult times we encounter. They encompass feelings of sadness, despair, and disappointment, but they teach us resilience, determination, and perseverance. Negotiating these moments, balancing the light and the dark in order to live our best lives, our most meaningful lives, in order to bring meaning to the lives of others, accomplishing this is a miracle. I end this discourse with a slightly edited version of Walt Whitman's poem entitled Miracles. Why, who makes much of a miracle? As to me, I know of nothing else but miracles. Whether I walk the streets of Manhattan, or dart my sight over the roofs of houses toward the sky, or wade with naked feet along the beach, just in the edge of the water, or stand under trees in the woods, or watch honeybees busy around the hive of a summer forenoon, or animals feeding in the fields, or the wonderfulness of the sundown, or of stars shining so quiet and bright, or stand a long while looking at the movements of machinery, or behold children at their sports, or the admirable sight of the perfect old man or the perfect old woman. These with the rest, one and all, are to me miracles. To me, every hour of the light and dark is a miracle. Every cubic inch of space is a miracle. Every square yard of the surface of the earth is spread with the same. What stranger miracles are out there? To which I add, what indeed? So may it be.
Please rise in body or spirit, and the lyrics will be up on the screen for our closing hymn. How could anyone? Paul? Miriam? Hold on, everybody. I can't think of it. Okay. Love for you guys. This is gonna be so good. How could anyone ever tell you were anything less than beautiful? How could anyone ever tell you were less than whole? How could anyone fail to notice that your loving is a miracle? How deeply you're connected to my soul. How could anyone ever tell you were anything less than beautiful? How could anyone ever tell you were less than whole? How could anyone fail to notice that your loving is a miracle? How deeply you're connected to my soul. How deeply you're connected to my soul.
In the spirit of Walt Whitman, I contain multitudes. The closing words are those of Cynthia Landrum. We leave this gathered community, but we don't leave our connection, our concerns, our care for each other. Our service to each other, to the world, and to our faith continues. Until we are together again, friends, be strong, be well, be true, be loving.
Thank you, Mark. Hey, if you ever want to leave the congregation that you're with, we'd love to have you here. Just saying. On the interwebs, I'm saying it too. We love Mark. Words for extinguishing the chalice? Yeah? We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again. I was looking for songs about miracles for your sermon today, and the only one that I had that kept going over and over again that we can't get the licensing for, and it would be inappropriate anyway, is I believe in miracles. Where you from? You sexy thing, yow. So I decided to do a different song. So the song that I'm going to sing for you, play for you today, is called The Gift of We. And it's a song that I wrote many moons ago about my next door neighbor. Her name was Bess. I've sung this a few times before. And I can picture her face. And when you talk about a miracle, our relationship was a miracle. I was in my 30s, and she was so persnickety. She would call me and say, well, where were you last night? I didn't see your car out front. She made me call her Mrs. Rim for a really long time. And then one day, after years of loving each other, she said, you can call me Bess. And before Bess passed away, she put her hand on my arm as she was getting out of my car, and she said, listen, I don't want you to be sad when I go. And I said, well, you can't ask that of me. Of course I'm going to be sad. I wish I knew then that this beautiful song was going to come through me. And I say it come through me because it really encapsulates how I felt for Bess. It sounds like a love song, and it is, but it's about Bess.
We warmly welcome all of you visiting us today. Please stay and share coffee with us so we can get to know each other better. Now let us share in a moment of silent reflection to consider today's message, and the meaning it has in our lives.